Okay, I don't usually really like doing intros, so I'm just going to say two things before I start going right into talking about this movie. First things first, this is my personal opinion, obviously self-explanatory. I like K-pop Demon Hunters. I just think that there was a lot of things that was kind of lacking. I do not hate this movie at all. I just am uploading this because I have no one to talk to about it, and my partner and my brother don't want to watch it with me. So I'm just going to, feel free to put something in the comments so that I can reply to it. And now let's actually get into it. Also, sorry, the background will be the time lapse of fan art I did of Mira and Zoe. I will be kind of like touching on it every now and then, but I'll be mainly just yapping about the movie. What I usually don't like from reaction channels is that they re-explain the entire movie from start to finish before they go into their own points. And for whatever reason, I was thinking about doing the exact same thing, but hearing myself talk out loud, trying to record this video, made me realize I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to say some points, and you guys in the comments can tell me whether or not it's stupid and if it's connected to something else that I've missed. Because I have not been able to speak to anyone about this, so I'm taking this video as that. One of the things is that I feel like her relationship with Jinwoo was rushed and they didn't actually have anything in common. She loses her voice, which I assumed was because of her demon side of her, because they showed that kind of at the same time. She got her patterns and then she was like, oh, I've lost my voice. And then it ended up being about shame, because when she's speaking to Jinwoo, he's like, yeah, that's your shame talking, basically. Like, that's how Jima, the demon lord, controls us. And he says, oh, don't you hear his voice in your head? And she's like, no. So that, it's kind of contradiction. Like, does she actually have these issues because of her demon side, or is it just because her throat is sore? And at the same time, she's relating to Jinwoo, but the way that they even kind of crossed paths was just, okay, he saw her patterns and he's like, whoa, a half demon, half hunter. I don't know, their relationship just seemed kind of forced. I didn't actually feel like there was any connection, and I also don't feel bad for Roomie at all. I feel like the movie didn't explain her shame well enough, and her feeling of being trapped. Like, she has kind of everything, not given to her, but like, her mum was a previous hunter, and obviously they're all famous, like they are idols technically, and she's got some great friends, she's got a great career, she's got a great manager, Bobby's a sweetie pie, and she's kind of got everything, and all that she's doing now is hiding her scars. I don't feel like there was that much shame and guilt, other than Celine, her caregiver, that was her mum's friend, which we didn't even see until the end, like an hour in onto the movie, when they had that conversation at the tree, and she's like, if this is the Hon Moon that I'm going to be protecting, I'm not going to protect it, because why would I have to cover up who I am? But that was the only time we actually saw that. There was one time actually, no, when she was in the kitchen and the girls invited her to the bathhouse, and she said maybe they will understand, and then Celine's like, no, you just need to get rid of the patterns. That was only one line. Like, I didn't resonate with Roomie enough that I felt like, wow, she's really had to hide and change her entire life and her mindset on how she's living because of her demon side. Another thing, which is probably something that they can touch on in like a sequel or something along the lines, but we got no information about Rumie's demon side at all. All we know is that her mum was a hunter and then she's half demon. So I feel like at the same time, what is her reasoning for being so mad at demons? Like, I understand demons take people's souls, basically they're killing people, but what is the context of her mum and her father's relationship? Was it non-consensual? Because then completely, like, obviously that's a whole different topic, but it wasn't exposed, it wasn't spoken about at all. It wasn't like Celine was saying the situation with your mum and like that whole thing was really bad. She's just like, yeah, I was a mistake, but it's like, I don't know to what extent you were a mistake for me to actually feel bad about her. If anything, I was kind of feeling bad for Mira and Zoe the entire time, because Roomie was just being so rude. Like, she launched Golden without them knowing, and then she tells them, okay, we need to make a new song, and obviously her voice is getting ruined, and she runs away, and they have to chase after her and try and help her. And then she wants to make the song Takedown, but then she's like, oh, I don't really like these lyrics. Like, she's been the most wishy-washy, and her friends have been there the entire time trying to help her. Like, Mira comes into the room and says, like, you haven't been really acting like yourself. Are you hiding anything from me? Like, is actively trying to break down these walls, and Rumi's just giving none of it. And I can understand, okay, feeling ashamed, but you open up to Jinwoo faster than you open up to your friends, and Jinwoo doesn't even have any relatable qualities that make you feel connected. It's not like he's half human. He's literally just a demon who was selfish, and again, he's hot, but like he just I'm gonna cut myself off just a little bit to explain the drawing process. Originally I was just gonna be drawing Mira, and I was gonna draw her with her full body self and completely color it in, and then for whatever reason I wanted to draw Zoe next to her, maybe like all of them, like Mira, Zoe and Roomie, and then I just don't really resonate with Roomie as a character enough. I really just thought Mira and Zoe were so lovely. Like them as a trio, they were so cute, you know. But for some reason, Mira and Zoe just seemed more genuine to me than Roomie did. Again, I'm probably just reaching at this point. Like I feel like I've missed some things that other people haven't. But I didn't think Roomie was that lovable as a character compared to Roomie and Zoe. So then I stuck with just drawing Roomie and Zoe. The colors, the positioning, everything is quite standard in the sense where like I literally took the reference from the movie, but I really like it. I just thought it kind of encapsulates the relationship that these two have, plus they were my favorites. There's this cute moment when all three of the girls are sitting around, makeup off, in their pajamas, talking about how they felt insecure before they were even friends. Like Mira's talking about how she was a troubled child and no one really kind of stuck with her, and then Zoe's talking about how she's always had to pick sides and that people would always judge her for having, you know, these thoughts in her head. And then Roomie doesn't seem like she's opening up at all. She's like, oh, I was afraid to lose you guys too. And that's all she gives them. I just feel like as a friend that kind of sucked. But obviously, again, I understand like she's got some skeletons in her closet with this half demon thing. But it just didn't make me want to resonate with her at all. And I feel like if anything, if this movie is about, you know, hiding your true self and then trying to accept who you are, it doesn't make sense to me for Jinyu to be the one that connects them and explains that she doesn't have to be ashamed of her demon side, because first of all, he still is ashamed of his demon side. His one also has no connection. He made that mistake. Roomie is a mistake, unfortunately. I don't know. There was so much disconnect for me between those two. Also, I did not like, again, you can just attack me on this one. I just personally did not like the Free song at all. The song itself was great. Like, if I was to separate it from the movie, I've been listening to the entire soundtrack on and on and on. But the visuals for that scene were so bland. Like they looked like they weren't expressing the emotions on their face enough. They were just kind of talking, and then they were just floating in the sky holding hands. Like it didn't, and they were just walking on top of the buildings. I don't know, they didn't seem like they were actually connecting enough. Also, at the end of the conversation that she has with Celine, and she's kind of like really looking half demon, and it was after the situation on the stage where her patterns are revealed, she goes to Celine and she just sounds super evil, which is fine, you know, she's kind of hit breaking point. She talks about how she wants to destroy the Honmun because it's not something that she wants to protect anymore, and then she yells and then the Honmun goes pink, like it has that wave all over her, and then she poofs into pink dust, which makes me think, okay, so she's in touch with her demon side now. She knows how to control that ability, but we didn't see her get to that point? Or is it just that, oh, she's got so much anger and built up shame that she now has the ability to do that? And then past all of that, it's not even like she goes and be more demonic. She goes to the stage, talks to the demon king, and then sings, I can't remember the song, wait. Yeah, so she goes and sings This Is What It Sounds Like, and it just, I don't know, to me it just felt not really genuine. I don't know, she kind of seemed like she was switching up between a demon side and a normal side and being with her friends. I don't know, but overall I love the movie. I've watched it twice. I've had the soundtrack on repeat. I've obviously drawn fan art. I just couldn't bring myself to draw fan art of Roomie because I just didn't see her as a lovable character. I thought Jinyu had more of a, you know, character arc and like a development than Roomie did at the end, because he sacrificed himself to be, or he gave his soul to her. Like he ended up redeeming himself more than Roomie did. But at the same time, Roomie didn't even have anything to redeem herself for because she didn't really do anything. Yeah, she felt a bit ashamed, but we barely saw it. I don't know, I didn't really feel like I saw her struggle enough for her to be the highlight of this situation, of this show. But yeah, again, please feel free to share what you think in the comments, because I don't want to say, oh, I'm completely wrong. Maybe I've just missed stuff. This is just, again, my opinion on it. Like, I still just don't... I tried to rewatch it again with the mindset that, you know, maybe Roomie, I'm missing something with Roomie, or maybe they're doing that so they can make a sequel. But I feel like even with the sequel, there's just so much stuff that didn't feel like matched. The energy just didn't match. Anyways, if you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching and / listening, I guess. The drawing was fun to do. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm going to do another one, and I posted some stuff over on TikTok and YouTube, like shorts, and I've got some recommendations on who to draw next. So I think I'm going to draw Baby next. I think that's his name, from Saja Boys, and a few other characters that aren't related to KPop Demon Hunters, but within the same kind of template or pose, I guess, and art style. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.